So good morning here from Hungary. It's just gone 7:30 and I'm here at the dog flow arena for third trip actually to the dog flow arena, so third trip to Hungary for the dog flow open with judging with Retta Petkowski. So this is Tamas's really cool place that he has with his team. So yeah, it's Friday, so Retta is starting today. It's an open event, so there's all levels here, but open classes, which means the levels are combined for some of the classes. So yeah, with finals on Sunday. So just gonna head downstairs, gonna get some breakfast. Retta's on this morning. I have the morning off, which is lovely, and then yeah, do a little bit of work, watch some agility, and then get ready for this afternoon. So, yeah, I am just chilling this morning, like I said, so I've just been doing a bit of work. I had one course to finish for the weekend, so I cracked on and got that done. I'm actually very organised. I'm actually going on holiday after this, so I'm not sure when this will be released, but I could be already back from holiday. Don't know. So I thought, just as a general overview, I wanted to just first of all say that I am no counsellor. I am no expert on ADHD and the medications. I am still very, very deep in the rabbit hole of figuring out, understanding, learning about ADHD and how it has impacted me. At the moment, on that kind of timeline, I think I'm looking back to when I was a child, and I'm trying to figure out. There's still, from what I'm reading and what I'm listening to, there is some arguments to say that ADHD, there is some environmental factors which can trigger or at least drive ADHD symptoms in young children. And for me, it's really interesting to think about why this is only. I was only more aware of it when I was older. I do think my behaviour, at least some traits of my personality, have changed more recently, as in, you know, in the last like 6 or 7 years, maybe more, 10 years, I guess. Like compared to when I was late teens, early 20s, there's definitely how I see things, how I behave towards things, how I can react towards things. Yeah, and little small things, which maybe just because I'm more aware of the symptoms of ADHD and what they might look like, I can start looking a little bit more. I feel like I've been able to get to grips with it more, I guess. Just one more thing in general about neurodiversity and its greater awareness. I think it's really important to note. I think there is, in some ways, there's more of an attitude taken towards ADHD and autism as like there's more people now than ever that have diagnoses, which is great because we are more aware of what it looks like and how we can how it affects people day to day. But I think it's really important to note that there's a attitude around people just want a label, or they really want to say they've got this, or they've, like, okay, Neil, you have this symptom, but I have that symptom too. And what it's really important to note is I'm not gonna, I don't know, or I can't comment on, or can't really provide a feeling about whether, oh yeah, you can have some traits of these conditions, which is probably very true. But the really important thing with and the reason why I pursued it as well, and why people are wanting more help, parents, young adults, people older than myself looking for diagnosis, is when it affects your day-to-day life. That means literally how you function, how you get up in the morning, how you are able to complete or not complete your normal day-to-day tasks, to your relationships, to your friendships, and that's what's really important, is the direct impact on how you're able to live your day-to-day life. And I think it's what drove me to seek further guidance. And I think we don't like to admit, oh yeah, I have ADHD because I do that, and I don't. No one here is looks to blame or seek protection behind these symptoms. We're looking for answers as to why we might do that, and I think it's really important that we recognise that this is about trying to gain some understanding, some answers as to why I might behave like I do and what that might mean. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to talk a little bit about medication. So I'm on Elvant, so lisdexamfetamines. I'm on 60 milligrams. So I started on lisdexamfetamine back in December last year. So I was a nurse, but I'm going to try and put this as easy as possible. So dopamine is a big part of, or at least a greater area in which ADHD is associated with or spoken about. So, and more specifically about dopamine dysregulation. So it doesn't necessarily mean we don't have as much dopamine, but my psychologist, as a neurotypical, but it's how our brain absorbs it or doesn't absorb it. And my psychologist said to me, it's almost essentially it doesn't stay where it needs to stay. So what this does, it's a stimulant, so it acts in a number of different ways, but essentially it helps the dopamine stay where it needs to stay, to be able to act on the parts of the brain that help us with concentration, so ability to complete tasks. And the funny thing about the name in ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, we don't necessarily have a reduced attention deficit, and we aren't always hyperactive. So the name is, for me, could be a little bit confusing, but often the attention deficit comes from the ability to maintain focus on tasks, and particularly tasks that are more important. So my big thing is I can pay attention for a fuck ton of time on a task that I really love, but often it's not that helpful at that moment or specific period of time. So it's keeping attention, but also on the tasks that we might not want to keep attention. But the hyperactivity, I think I mentioned it in my first video. For me, it's not about hyperactivity, but it's often I have impulsive need to just make funny noises, and like I can't sometimes, I have to rub my hands together, and so for small things like this. But I mean, like I said, I'm no expert on these things, and I wanted to just take you through kind of a little bit about what it is that I'm doing to manage my ADHD and the experiences it's given me. But definitely, if we wanted a little bit more specific stuff like that, we can find some time in a new little video for that. So yeah, I'm on Advance, so starting in December, and I started on 30 and then increased. So for me, this is something which I will, for the foreseeable future, won't be without. So I should take it every day about 8 o'clock. It lasts 12 to 14 hours. And for me, I get a peak kind of therapeutic dose for about 3 to 4 hours, which were kind of maybe, what is it? I took it about 8:39, so I'm about an hour and 20 minutes in from that. So maybe from when it absorbs and gets working, I'm not too far into that now, which is lovely. Got some more to go. But that peak is a lovely peak. It's it almost does, which sounds really strange, but it does almost create this really intense hyperactivity, but in the mind. So I can just think a task, do a task. I can process information faster. I can react to or respond or process and do a lot faster. And it really makes me feel good. So like lovely. It just is this type of okay, when I say lovely, like that lovely for me is clarity in thought, calmness around. I'm some people may relate to this. Some people might feel they have this constant maybe feel or heaviness in their tummies, like a little bit of restlessness or worry. I don't have that all the time, but I can definitely feel that being alleviated whilst I'm on the medication. So it definitely creates a more balanced meal. It definitely creates more of a meal that is super productive and can act on working situations. And just, for example, I have a lot of problems with like accounting and receipts work and the really shit boring tasks, and also like focusing on like typing, lots of typing, or like looking at the screen for a period of time on just boring, like I call them heavy tasks. So this really helps me just crack on with that type of stuff, which is great, because pre-meds I obviously had all these ideas, but now I can have the ideas but also absolutely crack on. So yeah, I'm on Advance, and I'm now on 60. The max dose of this you can take is 70, and I've known people to also take a top up in the afternoon. But so whilst in during the day, in the main period in which this works, during your typical 8 till 5, whatever, 8 till 6, I can still see on the evenings the impact of this. So one thing I had maybe problems with was impulsivity and like buying, so I just spend. Me and Ellen have this phrase called like RC, random crap. So I could easily just buy random crap, or think I would need it, so buy it type thing, and I don't need it, and just spend money and think, oh, I really like that, and then get really into my head and focus on it and focus on it and focus on it, and I can't let it go, and then I have to buy it, or I have to we'll get into communication and relationships and stuff, but then ultimately I'm talked down, I suppose, from buying it. That goes when I'm on this, so I can see that still affecting. I can still complete those little bits of odd sods tasks throughout the day if I need to. I'm still not very good at it, but I'm better, which is nice. And I actually need to just follow up with my ADHD psychologist, because I sometimes feel as though I get a little bit of a crash. So sometimes I can really feel like a bit, like it's not like a almost like a, okay, I know it's sort of like slowing down now, and I feel as though I need to probably ask her about maybe going on to the 70 milligram dose, or yeah, just kind of get her input into potential options. So side effects. Actually, I was having a look just before starting this about side effects. There's got a lot of side effects that could happen. They don't all happen, obviously, and some are really like it can trigger anxiety, and it can trigger like hypertension and things like that. So your blood pressure is something they like you to check. I mean, I'm quite lucky, and I'm satisfied that I'm quite healthy, so it doesn't have that much of an impact on me. Those type of things, but I get dry mouth, so I need to drink a lot, and I lose my appetite. So I say lose my appetite. I don't think I don't want to eat. I just don't. I don't think about eating. So I can go the whole day and then suddenly feel quite hungry. So headaches is a side effect of the medication, but for me that comes through lack of drinking, or probably lack of eating as well. So I can be pretty bad at like when I'm teaching all day, I'm not very good at actually stopping to eat, and that also comes down to time management. Like time management is still going to be bad. No meds is going to help that. Hopefully it can make you more aware, but yeah, it's still an ongoing battle. So that's my Alvance, and yeah, I currently take bisoprolol with that, which is a beta blocker. So some of you might have seen that I had some issues. I say issues with my heart. I had a bout of arrhythmia in May, end of May, start of June. Whilst I was away, just went into into what they call as AFs, which is an irregular heart rate. So it basically means that you're not allowing the chambers of your heart to fill fully before you then pump it around your body. So it happens at random spurts. So a lot of older people have AF. I say a lot of people, that's generalizing, but you would see a lot of people on medications to help control their heart rate, or at least in that when they're older and they have AF, they use thin the blood to prevent clots. So obviously I'm a lot younger. It's not so common generally. So I've had some scans, I've had some tests, and I'm just on bisoprolol once a day. So one to speed me up, one to make sure that it doesn't send me into an arrhythmia. So which is what I find to use together. So yeah, I'm on one of each. So I'm just about to go down to course build for my open jumping for intermediate large. So I've just had a bit of food and yeah, done a bit of work. So yeah, I'm a couple of hours into, well, 3 hours into being on my meds now. So that real intense feeling from the meds are a little bit wearing off, but obviously they're still working in the background. So yeah, I'll see what I'm like. I'm judging and feedback after. So I nearly did that thing where, well, I did do that thing where I forgot that I needed to vlog. So I've even called it a vlog. It wasn't really supposed to be, but this is turning into one really. So yeah, so it's Friday evening. Well, actually it's now early hours of Saturday because I haven't gone to sleep yet. And yeah, so I finished judging, started building for my afternoon slot like 1 o'clock maybe. Had two courses. One was an open jumping for intermediate large, and then I had an agility 3 A3, so like level 4 for Nexus, like grade 6-7 for KC. Yeah, long afternoon. So I was actually trying to consciously think about kind of what I was feeling and like what I was doing whilst I was judging, which sounds really strange because that's what you should be doing, but thinking about how I was behaving and the little things I was doing. And yeah, I think it was a really good day. It's tricky, just like going back to the medications. It's when I'm being active anyway, one of the things I didn't talk about as well was I can often talk a lot, but I can feel like really the stimulant element of the drug really sort of kicks in with like talking and being chatty and busy, but like moving around, I guess. But when I'm already outside, that obviously is, or moving around, or not dormant or not doing admin or something, it's often yeah, I feel it a different way, so it gives me this kind of like body energy, I guess. But yeah, it was still, I still had some of the feeling there, but it did, like I said, it kind of comes across a different way. So yeah, I had 150 dogs for the open jumping for intermediate large. So intermediate first had like like 50 dogs, maybe 60 dogs. Yeah, because it's about 90 large. So yeah, it was good. They went through pretty quickly. We finished ahead of schedule anyway, but it was a good class. Just I felt myself quite calm when I was judging. So I was wearing a gilet, my jeans, just with a t-shirt on underneath that, and yeah, I was pretty relaxed, felt pretty calm. I had a hat on and I was just doing my normal thing. I often will like hold the cap or like spin it around, sometimes wear it forward, sometimes wear it backwards, hands in pockets sometimes. I'm very restless with my particularly when I'm judging with my body. Like I needed, like I said, the drugs maybe doing a little bit of that work for me, of trying to keep busy, I guess. But I was focused, so I was doing those things. They were kind of in like autonomous type movements, so obviously aware of them, but couldn't really stop them. But they were just my normal type things I had to do. You've probably seen me do stuff while I just sat here. It's very subtle things, but there's movements that are often a little bit worse. Like at the moment I have a bit of a bad neck and shoulder that I pulled earlier in the year, and I'd find myself doing a lot of this and this, like strange movements. Those things are a bit more detrimental, because then while you can try and stretch your neck, you don't want to address or try and make things worse. So yeah, these type of little tactile type things just felt I was in my comfort zone really. And then we got to the large dogs in the open jumping, and I had 90 dogs, and maybe after like 60 dogs, things started to take their toll a bit. I felt a bit heavier. So in that kind of environment, doing the same course, chugging away, dog after dog, it kind of took its toll a little bit, and I felt quite heavy and like I needed a bit of a reset. So yeah, I mean, I had like 25, I think. I started needing the toilet anyway. So yeah, I went to the toilet with like 19 dogs to go. And the one thing I try and avoid doing is like looking to the end of the class, for a few reasons. One, because otherwise you're not really enjoying staying in the moment, like being in the moment, judging dog after dog, giving every dog the best opportunity, like your full attention. So staying in the moment is really important. So not wanting it to like distract you, just like being at the end. And but yeah, I also you can often like, not only can it distract you from the sense that you're near the end and you want it done, and like I should really split them really. So yeah, there's two parts to that. So there's the stay in the moment, be fair to every dog, and then there's the don't let the idea that the dogs that you're nearly at the end like distract you, like what am I gonna have for dinner, or you know, this or that or whatever. So it's I tried to stay true and consistent. So yeah, I went to the toilet. I said to myself, there's a scoreboard in the arena that had the number of dogs remaining, and I promised myself, I said, when you're back out there, you're going to just dog by dog, you're not going to look at how many dogs are left, you're just going to go dog by dog, keep focused, lift your energy a little bit, which I'm going to probably get into a bit more detail on other sessions about the type of things I do to try and keep myself focused as long as possible. But just a general point was, yeah, let's keep yourself moving, let's lift the energy a little bit. So you finished them, it felt like they were going faster as well, so that was really good. And then you had the agility 3. I was in a bit of a more comfortable routine then. I'd gone through that initial phase of first day of a 3-day competition, slow morning, so now I'm into it a little bit. So yeah, tomorrow I'm judging all morning and then have the afternoon off, so I have three courses tomorrow. So yeah, I'll report back, I'll come back to you in the morning and before I get going, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Good night. What's up? Saturday morning. What was it? 7:20. Yeah, managed to get off to sleep. All right, but I doom scroll. Right, so like I'm just I'm not even ready for bed yet. Like, and I'm just waste so much sleep time. I've got better, but yeah, in general I could be a bit better. So a little bit tired this morning. But yeah, got up, had a shower. I try and have like cold showers in the morning. Again, I'm not regular with them, but a cold shower hits different. It's fucking lovely. So yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of tidying up. I'm just gonna get my courses on my iPad for today, and then I'm gonna go down and have a bit of breakfast, and then yeah, get ready. So I'm on the morning shift today. Should be good fun. The weather's pretty rubbish, and yeah, actually this is like the wonderful rooms at the Dog Flow Arena. So it's quite nice, bit of a luxury to be on site. But yeah, more and more venues now do have cool like on-site accommodation for the judges. But yeah, Dog Flow is an amazing place in Hungary. Tamas and his team run it here, and it's really, really cool. Yeah, they do a really good job. So that's it. Crack on and have a good day, and yeah.
Morning.
Menjél!
Jó.
Jó, csináld, nincs semmi!
Jó! Itt! Jó.
Szép, menjél!
Csináld! Finoman. Fog! Jó!
Okay, what's up? What did I come in here to do? I can't remember. So I am 2 classes down for today. Done the level 1 jumping, level 2 jumping. So like lower graded dogs, and then I just have the open agility. It's been going well. So I took my medication like 8:30, so I take it between 8 and 9. And yeah, I get the normal like fizzy buzz, which is lovely. That's probably a bit ongoing now. And then yeah, obviously peters down a bit, but quite nice to actually think about the difference between like yesterday in the afternoon where it's not so strong and this morning where it's stronger. Generally I think from the judging side, I think it's been pretty consistent, which is good. So yeah, just having a break, and it's quite hot luxury. It's raining outside, but they obviously have it heated in here, which is lovely. And yeah, it's just getting a bit hot in a long sleeve top, so gonna put a t-shirt on. And yeah, I have maybe 75-80 dogs left, and then for the day I'm done. Then I have some lunch, and then probably do some work, sit down and watch Aretta for the afternoon. Yeah, I need to get a drink, so yeah, one class to go.
She rips the blind and gets it, but she blinded before this one. I'm like,
so
okay, so she took half my advice and plan, and then she comes out, she goes, I did. I'm like, yeah, but you know, I see you decided to do it there, but it still worked out. She goes, I didn't mean to, I got lost.
Yeah. That can also.
No, it was awesome. With my young guys, I said. Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dearest Steve! Happy birthday to you!
Good morning, and I say morning because I think the last time I spoke to you was on Saturday, and when I was in Hungary, and then yeah, I had some time off in the afternoon on that Saturday judging, and then just got all a bit busy, and now it's Monday morning and I'm going on holiday, which is brilliant. So yeah, I'm at Heathrow, flew in last night from Hungary, and yeah, yesterday was a really cool day judging. So I had like an open jumping in the morning, and then to all heights, and then I had the small medium final before coming home. And it's just a cool weekend, and yeah, really appreciated the time I could spend with Hamas and Aretta, and just people I haven't seen for a little while. But whilst I was on my crazy schedule, you would see crazy schedule from like 2024, you would see quite regularly. So yeah, really cool to catch up with a lot of people, and yeah, just hope it's been quite a well, there's a lot of just me talking here, but I hope there's just a good general opening insight into my meds, and loud announcements. Yes, I hope it's given you a bit of an insight into my meds. And Sunday was again a good day on them. In general, I felt calmer in general on Sunday. So I think what's really interesting, which I can delve more into when I'm not traveling or not planning to do this as like a vlog, is that sort of the pros and cons, I guess, really of the meds. I mean, in general, they are something which I want to remain on, and they have a great benefit to my day-to-day life, but just how some of the factors are different that I can see about maybe how I interact when I'm in the ring judging, and my presence and my awareness and things like that, which change a little bit. So yeah, anyway, hope it's been an interesting one, and I will see you on the next one, maybe, probably. Bye.